What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Stellar Lumens USD, also known as XLM. Also, we will be looking at the current coin market cap and, pretty much seeing where exactly this bottom is within cryptocurrency. Is Litecoin hitting its bottom? There are some very interesting patterns forming on the technical analysis on the charting side that I would like to share with you guys. But if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's jump right into today's video. So as you guys can see, we are on the current coin market cap, and there's a couple interesting things happening right now. Besides Bitcoin dominance being about fairly the same as yesterday's, 24-hour volume is 67. It's kind of slowing down, and we're seeing market cap slowly increase back to where we, used to be. Not maybe at an exuberant rate, but we're definitely starting to head back up the other way. So if I scroll down to the top 10 cryptocurrencies, you'll notice everything is in green except for Ethereum and EOS. Now, what's interesting to me is the fact that we are starting to slowly consolidate up. The bottom potentially was in, and now we're starting to see prices start to swing to the upside as volume moves back into the exchanges and these coins. So I do just want to bring your focus really quick to the charts so we can really go in depth as to what exactly is going on. You can see past the top 10 cryptos, it's pretty much a mix where we have a lot in green as well as a lot in red. But without further ado, let's move on to Litecoin. So you can see what exactly is going on right now within Litecoin's chart right here. You'll notice a couple of things. Very interesting pattern in to me, what's going on. So you can see that we're having a very interesting play right here in terms of potentially a bottom support that was found, which is quite interesting. I do want to talk about Bitcoin in a second because I did notice there is potentially a double top on Bitcoin. But you'll notice with Litecoin, we're in a very interesting pattern right now. So we have shown that when we were near overbought, there was reason to see consolidation and pullback. That's why we had this top overbought line right here. You'll notice where we were hitting 140, and I was saying over and over again that 140 seems to be the top. Like Charlie Lee said, that 140 or that area we may have seen the highest prices come towards the halving for Litecoin, and it looks like that's exactly what's happening, hitting 142. Now we are starting to consolidate back down. We were overbought. When we started to hit 50 on the RSI, trading sideways right here, no volume, I started to wonder whether or not we were going to break bullish or bearish, because when we know that volume starts to trade out sideways and volume dips down, that's an indication that there's a run coming. And that's exactly what happened. Unfortunately, it didn't break bullish, it broke bearish, and we fell to a pretty low level. Now, we were using the high-low minimum moving averages as supports, which we have seen previously on Litecoin do, and I can just scroll down and show you what exactly I'm referring to, where you can see we've bounced off of the top of here, in the past. We've used this as a support in the past, and it does kind of gauge where exactly the coins are going. And you can see we're still semi, up. So it's going to be interesting. That the part that is surprising is when we compare it to the other altcoins like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we compare it to where Litecoin's sitting. Litecoin's currently sitting at the oversold line right now. We did find a bottom support which has numerous, key points of support indicating that this should hold. And you can see where we have the wicks below, it's starting to retrace back up to the upside. You'll notice that not only is volume now down again, you'll notice we're near the oversold line, which is a good indicator that we could potentially see movement to the upside. Is this the bottom? We're going to have to find out. I know I made a video yesterday discussing Trump, and I did get a lot of controversial, topics or comments, kind of unrelated to cryptocurrency itself. I'm not pro or bear anything. I don't dislike or like Trump in any way, so I'm kind of conservative. I just wanted to share my opinion with you, share other people's opinions with you, and see what you guys think about how Trump maybe influence the market, being he's one of the most important people in America, so he may have some control over it. And I was talking to a bunch of people outside of YouTube, and we did, think of the possibilities that, cryptocurrency is here to stay, and if Trump has Trump's a busy man, and if for any reason he has some time to be talking about cryptocurrency, that's a pretty big indicator that this is a big thing and it's not going away. So very surprising in my standpoint that a big man like him would actually even, mention cryptocurrency. If this is a problem and this was tiny and nobody cared about it, he wouldn't even bother with it. But the fact that there's some talk up in the big, government that cryptocurrency is here and it's getting very popular. So very interesting. That's my point of view. Like, why would he have the time to even, mention it unless he's somehow involved in it? Either one of his companies that he owns or works with, or someone in the presidential office knows about cryptocurrency. And he thought maybe if he talked negatively, it might swing the market down. I don't know if he helped this or caused this, but market went down and maybe he's buying in more. Who knows? That's another indication this could be the bottom. Now, moving on to Bitcoin, before we go back to Litecoin, I did notice that there was some sort of double top forming. That's with this M right here. So you could see this. That's a bad representation. This is a little laggy, but something like this is what I'm referring to. Yeah, there you go. So this M pattern right here, finding bottom support, it is a double top where we've tested resistance twice and could not hold steady, and we broke bearish from that. I don't know, again, if this is in response to Trump's call, but we are trading now at 50 on the RSI, much healthier than where we were previously. When we were over here, we were most definitely in the overbought region. Then we withdrew back. That's why we have this wick here, and we pulled down to around 65 on the RSI, now trading at 50 or 48 on the RSI. It does give us due diligence to assume that this may be the bottom. The thing that we have to consider is the fact that we do have a high-low MMA also here, which is a great indication that we could easily pull back below this, just like Litecoin did. As you can see, there's no reason why Bitcoin couldn't pull all the way down to here. So there's still some possibilities that we could retrace lower, maybe to $8,600, maybe to $8,500. It'll be interesting and probably very healthy for Litecoin, because if Litecoin pulls back down with Bitcoin's retracement, it does indicate that this will be a great buying opportunity. So for as of right now, I am anticipating or preparing myself for Bitcoin to pull back down to levels as low as $8,600 to $8,500, and then I'll scoop up some Litecoin as well as some Bitcoin. Now, I do just want to jump on over to Ethereum's chart, and then we'll wrap things up with Stellar Lumens. Ethereum has also hit bottom. Very interesting. So we have Litecoin oversold, and now we have Ethereum, which is oversold. Now they are both below their high-low middle moving averages. They have not been below their high-low middle moving averages in months on months. Last time Litecoin was below its high-low middle moving average was all the way back in, let's see, February, I believe. It was all the way in February when it was below its high-low MMA. So very interesting to see that we're finally below that again. Nothing too wrong. It's going to start acting as a resistance right now, which we do have to keep a close eye on. But for the most part, the fact that we are nearing oversold does give me some reason to believe that we could see a pullback up higher. But for the most part right now, what I'm doing is I'm waiting for some sort of pattern to form, some sort of indication that we know, oh, okay, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. Now we know when to invest, when to buy, when to sell. I know a lot of other YouTubers discuss buying and selling opportunities, but for the most part, they play it very bullish and aggressive. I try to play the conservative route, waiting for the right proper time to be buying in, holding on short term, and then selling off. Now these are only for short term trades. I got involved in Litecoin back when it was around $4 to $20. That was the range that I bought, and I am just holding on and stacking up for the long term. This isn't my short term play. I bought it months and months and months ago, over a year ago. I remember it was my sophomore year in my dorm room, and it was in the beginning of the year, and from then on I've been holding and watching that money double. So it's pretty awesome to see, or triple or quadruple. So it's awesome to see, and that's why I recommend long-term holding is definitely something here. If you guys don't have the patience to be watching charts every single day, then you may want to consider just a long-term holding. Markets are oversold right now. This is the best time to be buying if you want to make a great play long term. So look at Litecoin, the fact that it is nearing oversold. There it is. And the fact that Ethereum is also nearing oversold are great opportunities to just buy in long term and just hold. put it in a ledger. I did give away a ledger, and just hold on to it long term and wait for some sort of consolidation period. I don't even know if I'd call it that. I would just wait for the right moment, a rainy day, whatever. If you want to check it, you want to cash out, there you go. But in a year or two from now, we could see Ethereum crypto's price triple, quadruple in terms of the $200 low that it's at right now may shoot up to $5, $6, even $1,000 to $2,000 very easily. So, and that would quadruple your money into here. So it's definitely a thought. I highly recommend long-term positions. That's what I really push. People do that in stocks as well. Mutual funds, ETFs. This is another great opportunity to do so. Now, to move on and end today's episode with with Stellar Lumens. Stellar Lumens is on a downtrend right now, heading lower. Markets are heading lower. It is also oversold. So the only coin that's not oversold is Bitcoin. So we'll see whether or not this has a bigger hold over the entire market cap, or if the altcoins can bring this to higher levels. So we're really looking for that retracement back to the upside. Stellar Lumens does look like the best case scenario for a move like this to take place, testing its previous high-low MMA. But for the most part, that's going to wrap up today's episode, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.